F, a large lodge, an agreeable ride, and family-accommodating highlights are at the highest point of your list of things to get for your next moderate-size, 3-column family SUV. The 2025 Honda Pilot conveys simply that, and, surprisingly, somewhat more. A refined 285 HP V6 and 10-speed programmed transmission serve obediently, and the Pilot can be had with one or the other front or all-wheel drive. Those into setting up camp, overlanding, and going romping will find the Tough Trail Sport trim the most ideal choice, as it accompanies an additional inch of ground freedom, slide plates, and off-road tires. Honda prepares everything except the base game model with a 9.0-inch infotainment touchscreen infotainment framework with all the normal network highlights. As far as style, the Honda looks a piece meh close to opponents. For example, the Jeep Fantastic Cherokee L and the Hyundai Palisade. Yet what the Pilot surrenders in finds it makes for with a liberal freight region and a direct inside that is not difficult to live with. In any case, however proficient as the Pilot may be, it contends in the biggest and most aggressive fragment, medium-size hybrids and SUVs, against such genius family haulers as the Kia Telluride, the Toyota Amazing Highlander, and the Mazda CX-90. Against that gathering, the Pilot's upsides look generally unassuming and render it a mid-pack player in this 30 and number class. Sitting on the setup for a major trend dark release trim suits up with Shine Dark 20-inch wheels, dark version identifications, and other shut-down outside trim components. The Lodge gets a tuxedoed look too, including embellished cowhide front seats and entryway mats highlighting the dark version logo. Honda sprinkled red accents all through the inside, remembering dark red sewing for the controlling wheel, seats, and entryway boards. This trim comes standard with all-wheel drive. The base LX trim has been ended, making the game model the new section-level Pilot. The cost of the 2025 Honda Pilot begins at $41,295 and goes up to $55,675, relying upon the trim and options. We prescribe the Pilot EXL because of its equilibrium between cost and highlights. The EXL trim adds cowhide situates, the greater 9.0-inch touchscreen, remote Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, remote cell phone charging, and a power back end. Whether you want all-wheel drive involves individual inclination. As far as we might be concerned, we think the expanded towing limit that accompanies it merits the money. The Pilot is controlled by a 3.5-liter V6 motor that makes 285 drive and is mated to a 10-speed programmed. Albeit the SUV is principally a front-wheel drive model, all-wheel drive is accessible as a choice. While the V6 motor doesn't make the Pilot especially fast, its choke reaction is direct, and the 10-speed program's movements are smooth. Out and about, the Pilot feels refined and offers certainty, moving, guiding, and slowing down. The most tough trail sport model substantiated itself fit for the decently troublesome territory we experienced on certifiable rough terrain trails close to Breckenridge, Colorado, and again in Sedona, Arizona. The Pilot Trail Sport has an exceptional suspension with a 1.0-inch lift, steel slip plates, off-road tires, a slope plummet control framework, and an uncommonly tuned all-wheel drive framework with a path driving mode. Yet, Honda hasn't made a stone-creeping super machine that is planned to handle Moab close-by horses, Wranglers, and 4Runners. It's focused on gentle to direct off-roading. We've tried 2 Pilot manages such a long ways since the most recent update. The tip-top trim figured out how to hit 60 mph in 7.2 seconds, yet the Trail Sport was speedier and completed similar test in 6.9 seconds. Commonplace execution for vehicles in this class. The greatest towing limit of the 2024 Honda Pilot is 5,000 pounds, yet that is restricted to all-wheel drive models. Front-wheel drive Pilots oversee 3,500 pounds of towing. This matches the towing capacity of its nearest rivals, For example, the Telluride, an amazing Highlander. However, it's a long ways behind the Evade Durango's 8,700-pound might. The EPA gauges that the Pilot is great for up to 19 mpg city and 27 mpg parkway. We've tried a 2023 Pilot Trail Sport with its beefier off-road tires and added rough terrain defensive layer on our 75 mpg expressway efficiency course, and it returned 22 mpg. That is barely short of other V6-fueled three-line SUVs, for example, the Kia Telluride that returned 24 mpg. The Pilot Tip Top we tried, which rolls on less forceful tires, conveyed 27 mpg in a similar test. For more data about the Pilot's mileage, visit the EPA's website. Being a family-accommodating SUV, the 2025 Pilot's Lodge is planned considering that utilization case. Most trims can sit up to 8 across 3 columns of seats. Second-line Chiefs seats are discretionary on the EXL trim and are standard on the Trail Sport. The visiting and world-class models accompany a second-column seat plan where the center seat segment can be eliminated and put away under the floor in the freight region when not required. Honda brags that 8 the Pilot's cup holders can hold enormous 32-ounce water bottles. There's sensible freight space with each of the 3 lines of seats up. We fit 6 portable luggage-measured boxes behind the 3rd column, 2 beyond what we could stuff into a Kia Telluride. A 7.0-inch infotainment touchscreen and a going with 7.0-inch computerized check bunch are standard on the base game. Honda's most recent infotainment connection point is not difficult to utilize and includes both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Any remaining models get a bigger 9.0-inch infotainment show with remote Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capacity. The first class and dark release models likewise accompany a 10.2-inch check bunch. Honda furnishes the Pilot with a standard 7-speaker sound system, and visiting and tip-top models accompany an exceptional 12-speaker arrangement from Bose. Honda outfits all Pilot models with a thorough setup of driver help highlights it calls Honda Detecting. The group incorporates robotized crisis slowing down, vulnerable side checking, versatile journey control, programmed high-bar headlamps. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. For more data about the Pilot's accident test results, visit the Public Expressway Traffic Security Organization, NHTSA, and Protection Foundation for Interstate Wellbeing, IIHS, sites. Key well-being highlights include Honda's guarantee is completely normal for its group. Hyundai, for instance, offers one that is fundamentally longer. All Pilot models accompany a free upkeep plan that covers standard oil changes and fundamental administrations for quite a long time, or 24,000 miles.